Hello, welcome. Right, I'm still trying to sort out the camera. There we go. Welcome everyone to the stream. I'm very sorry if the light's quite close. If I might try and move that actually. Let's see if I can move this. This actually might work. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, that's actually not too bad to be honest. It's quite cramped here, won't lie, but we'll make do with this. The audio's not probably going to sound too good today because I, unfortunately, due to a lack of USB ports, I have to use my computer mic because I'm currently still processing the review video. And speaking of reviews video, Ben's just uploaded his one. And have I got a couple of things to say? Yes, I do. But also, there's midweek predictions too. There is midweek predictions too. Hot number 2 in you prediction league. Yeah, that's right. We'll show that in a minute. Johnny Bauer, welcome to the stream. Laquan, I'm doing okay, thank you. I'm doing okay, and that's all I need to feel. Right, let's do kickoff. Let's actually start the first game, and then I'll quickly leave my traditional comment on Ben's video, and then we'll be back on this. But guys, this will be the perfect time for you to share me around. Please do give this video a like. It does really help. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so. It does help. And please share this video. And not only am I suggesting sharing it to Ben, but also to anyone that does championship content, to be honest. That's how we're going to get everyone right. I actually need to see where I am in the men's league. I'm going to be in League 1, I think. Yeah, I'm in League 1. Listen, I think he's put me there. I must be blind because I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But no, he hasn't. No, I'm in League 2. Oh, my goodness me. I'm literally mid-table with League 2 in this league. I got to up my game. I already got to up my game as soon as I can. Right. Let's actually just do the first game first. So we've got Birmingham and Bristol City. I remember because I literally just did my predictions on these games. If you're wondering, I recorded my review video literally within a couple of hours ago. And it's on its way being processed now, but it probably won't be out till like 7-ish. I mean, it won't be out until this stream ends, unfortunately. Right. Let's put it on Legendary. You may notice while I was on Professional, I've had to do a little bit of training in my own time in terms of Professional difficulty because I think that is going to be the next time I do the career mode. It'll be on Professional difficulty. 8th in League in League 2 in Ben's Prediction League. Right, well, I should be... I mean... Ben's made a mistake because I should have 1 extra point. So he's basically put you on 111 and me on 110. And I'm telling you this, I've definitely calculated the points right here. So he's given you 11. I believe that's right. Let me just double check. I think I gave you 11. 1, 2, 11. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I gave you 11 points, but he didn't count properly. Well, no, he gave you an extra point somewhere across the weeks, and he's docked off 1 point from me because I know he's got it wrong because on his Patreon league, he's got me a 1 extra point than the official league on his channel. So, I mean, right now, I've got better things to complain about than Ben not quite calculating my scores right. I've got other things I should be worrying about, to be honest. So it's really not the end of the world, and it's not like it's between first and second place in the main league, isn't it? It's just League 2. So I'm not really going to worry about that. Last time we did career mode was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, sorry guys, I really am, but I'm a uni student. I'm busy and I've got things to do. I'm really, really sorry. I really want to do more episodes on that as well. It just takes a lot of my time, and unfortunately, based on work and uni work, actually, I just not had the time this week, sadly. But I'll find a time. I'll find a time to do it when I can. Right. I actually need to leave a comment because I always leave a comment on Ben's things. How do you spell this word? Oh, that's it. Well, I just missed a goal. Bristol City have just scored. I'm just quickly typing a comment. Oh, what a strike! What a brilliant goal! Who's at BENHD lot? Oh yeah, really? Those are quite long games. Right, that's my comment done, and also got to predict my games as well. So it's going to give you guys an insight of what I've predicted as well. I'm looking at Ben's predictions already, and already mine are quite different. But last weekend was actually the only time that a load of my predictions were different to Ben's, and it was the only time in this whole season when I've actually overtaken Ben with points. So maybe that's actually a good thing that Ben and I don't have the same predictions. I used to think, oh, Ben's the leader, I need to have the same predictions as him. But really, that's actually not the case whatsoever. And it's a second goal for, I was going to say Sheffield United, but it's to Bristol City. It's Naki Wells with the goal. It's a really, really good bit of play here in the right-hand side. Yeah, I mean, and it's a goal. Yeah, obviously it's a goal. It's a tap in. Oh, defending's not great. Defending's not. Hopefully we can. Yeah, keep. I know what you meant there. Don't worry, man. Oh, why is multitasking so difficult to me? Right. Okay. Next is. I mean, we've got some of the same predictions, but only literally not even half a dozen. In fact, no, yeah, if anything, there's only like 2 that we agree with. And normally it's a good 6 of them where we've got the same scoreline coincidentally, but this time it's a bit different. Nearly there. I've got 2 more to predict. I've now got Cardiff QPR. What did I predict for that? I'm gonna have to double check quickly. What did I? Yeah, that's right. I thought it was that. And final one to predict was West Brom Hull. That's it. And that is my predictions. Oh, I've spelt West Brom wrong. Oh, go and find it. Go and find the comment. I may have spelt West Brom wrong, but that's my comments done. If you find them on Ben's video, let me know. And also use this time to like the comments and share the comments as well. It's the perfect time to get new people on this channel. Al Junk. Now, I said your name right this time, Al Junk, I think. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you, man. Lecon's being serious, he doesn't know who that is. Well, he's the king of the championship for me. King of championship YouTube content. Will Norwich win a game in the Prem this season? That is a question by Blue Terrier. Good question, actually. I think they will at some point. I'm really determining. I mean, I'm not too sure if it's even going to be with their manager. At some point, if they still are winless, going into the next international break, they have to make a decision. They have to. Here's a chance for Birmingham. Oh, I thought Bentley may have saved it, but it's creeped into the nets. Oh, it's a goal. I believe it's that. Oh, God, I can't even tell whose haircut that is. That might be Scott Hogan. It's good play by Chong. Oh, I actually think it should be. Yeah, it is Scott Hogan, but wow. Definitely, I think should have been better by Dan Bentley there. Let's knock it out of YouTube. I've heard of Rads. I think Rads has got a good couple of us subscribers, hasn't he? I mean, yeah. I think Rads is quite underrated, actually. Obviously, Lequan, you've made him the GOAT with him being a Forest fan. It makes sense, and we've got another goal. What's going on with these midweek games? We get plenty of goals. We really, really do. It's Naki Wells again. It's 3-1. Al Junk is saying 1-1. Yeah, Hogan did score that. I thought it was just... I can never guess who scores half the time because of the poor imaging they do to the player faces there. We somehow scored 4 goals in 2 games. Well, yeah, Birmingham's starting to score some goals again, but it's consistency, isn't it? I mean, Birmingham, you know, with this game against Bristol City, with their form right now, they probably would be thinking they have the upper hand. But Bristol City are always a very unpredictable team. They are, they can one day play up to a 10 out of 10, and then other days they can play it out of 2 out of 10. It's really difficult to put your finger on what sort of game you're going to see from Bristol City. Yeah, I mean, yeah, in your down period, yeah, completely agreed. And with Birmingham, they can't be more in they can't be in this down period anymore, especially if they want to have some ambition. Shop Shatter Nuno sacked. Yes, that's right. So Marcus Shop was sacked, I think, around 9-ish this morning, and Nuno Espirito Santo was sacked a good half an hour afterwards, I believe. So both were sacked very, very in similar times. Both don't really surprise me, to be honest. And it's 4 for Bristol City in the 69th minute of the match. Chris Martin with the goal. Yeah, sometimes you can't back teams because they beat certain teams, you know, and that example behind the gun is an exact example why. Blue Terry is saying Mick McCarthy to join Barnsley. I have heard it was like his hometown club or something. I mean, if he wants to take that job on, it'll be interesting. It'll be quite a contrast for what Barnsley have been playing like. That's why I think someone like an Alex Neil, I think, could be good for Barnsley. But it's difficult to see who they can attract and, you know, who'd be willing to take Barnsley on with the position they find themselves, especially with their squad players as well. Bristol City will never do this in St Andrews. Well, we don't know. We don't know in terms of Birmingham's defensive record. I think the only team that really trounced them defensively was Fulham. I think they've been the only team who scored about up to 4 goals, and at St Andrews too. I think everyone else has struggled to get past them, especially St Andrews, I guess. Owen's definitely questioning FIFA's results. Oh, Mick was born in Barnsley. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, header, it's saved by Bentley. I will change the FIFA cam in the next game, by the way. So what has been your guys' reaction to this weekend's games? And also, guys, if you have not done so, if you find my comments on BENHD's video, please do give them a like. And if not anything, you can reply to them as well. You can have a chance to share my channel as well. It's just, this is the best way to increase the growth of this channel. Oh, I say a little bit of a foul there, but it's collected, and I think it is going to end by 4-1. You won by the same goal margin, yeah. It's tricky to see what will happen, to be honest. And there's the full-time whistle. 4-1 is the final scoreline. An interesting result, to say the least, by FIFA 22. Birmingham are a good side. Don't judge them just because we beat them 3-0. It is, yeah. I mean, also, that Nottingham Forest side, you know, was in good form, you know, which was really heavily helped by pretty much a new managerial bounce. Right. Next game is Coventry and Swansea, I believe. OTR Plays says, hi, I'm new. OTR Plays, welcome to the stream. I did notice you left your score predictions from last week, actually. And in fact, you are one of our newer members in the Let's Us Football Prediction League as well. So everyone do give OTR Plays a warm welcome here. We always give our new viewers a warm welcome to the stream. Ollie is claiming that they lost, well, Birmingham lost because Harley Dean is shocking. I mean, he's probably talking about the FIFA game. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, is he talking about last weekend? But then I thought, no, Birmingham have won the odd game. But it's going to be interesting. Harley Dean is definitely going to have to be good for Bristol City, though, with the attacking players that they got. We've got one of the best championship managers in the championship last season. I would say he's up there. I would definitely say he's up there. You know, the stat of the day for you is that every single season Steve Cooper's been a manager, he's not failed to finish below 6th with a team. You know, it's just going to be interesting to see if he can turn it around with not a full season, basically. Just seen our game against QPR has been moved to 2nd of Jan, 2 o'clock. I've heard about a couple of fixtures being moved. I think Forest's game has been moved against Barnsley to the 3rd of January, I believe. There's been a couple of fixtures being moved, I think, based on New Year's Day scheduling and stuff. Dean was a lot better years ago, but he's just been dreadful nowadays. I mean, Dean was important for Birmingham at the stage last season when they needed points, but he comes in spells for me. So he's not a consistent defender. You know, the best defenders in the Championship are the ones that are consistent. And whilst you can be good at some days, you've got to be good all the time. Yes, OTR players, I do know Marcus Shop has gone. You'll hear my full reaction when my review video comes out, which will be after this stream. But my views on it, it's agreed. I mean, if you watch BENHD, I've actually left a comment there as well, talking about it as well. But to put it into short, 1 win in 15 is just simply not good enough in any run or form ever. It doesn't matter what manager you have. So, yeah, 1 win in 15 is not great. I think they have been unlucky in some games. I'm not saying that they've just been bad all the games, but I do think some games they have been quite unlucky for. There's been some games they've been guilty of giving leads away. For instance, the one against Bristol City last weekend, and when they lost a 2-goal lead against QPR. There has been examples where I do think they should have done that better. Their management has just not been great. Blue Terriers and good vibes about Huddersfield. They're in the top 6 at the moment, Huddersfield Town. What I will say, I don't think there's been a single season where all the teams in the top 6 have stayed in the top 6 at the end of the season. But if they keep thriving to improve their home form, then there's nothing stopping Huddersfield. If anything will stop Huddersfield, it'll be their away form for me. Oh, could have been a really good chance there, but it's well defended. In fact, I need to change the subscriber goal, actually. We're not on 807. We are on 815. So, guys, we're on 815 subscribers at the moment. In fact, I'm just going to watch this chance by Swansea first. Oh, it's a volley. It's well blocked. Is it clear? Not quite. Oh, okay. I don't think we're going to get a goal. I don't think so. I think they actually have retreated quite well. In fact, you don't know. I'm still talking through this game. I think no, still not giving the ball away. Matt Grimes. Oh, what a save. What a brilliant save. Wow, I was just doing a subscriber goal and I was just a bit distracted at the moment. Right, we're on 815 subscribers as of now, guys. But our goal is 1,000 in the end of it. So if we can try and push towards that, that would be absolutely amazing. Definitely very unlucky against us. So many chances when we cleared it off that. Yeah, you cleared it off the line, and I think they hit the woodwork as well. So there was definitely a couple of games where Barnsley, I think, were quite unfortunate. Who do you think is coming up in League One? That's a good question, OTR players. I've been a bit touch and go watching League One this season. If I were to be a betting man and say who I think will go up, I think we'll see Sunderland, Rotherham, and it's difficult. I want Plymouth. I really do. They've started so well, but I think Plymouth will fall off. I think it's going to be Sunderland, Rotherham, and actually either Wigan or Wickham. I can't make my mind up. I think it'll be one of those two. You think Wigan and Wycombe? Well, literally, I was just saying just now, for the third team going up, I'm stuck between Wigan and Wycombe. It's difficult. But I do think Rotherham and Sunderland, I think, will be the two most consistent teams there. I know they're not in the top two at the moment, but Sunderland, with their games in hand, should be up there in top of the Championship. And Rotherham, for me, I think I've just got the best squad in League One. Oh, potential foul, no penalty given. Odia Play saying Plymouth, Wycombe and Wigan. I mean, what an unbelievable story to see Plymouth back in the Championship. They were relegated, if I'm right in saying, in 2011 in the Championship, and they've not been anywhere close since then. You know, they've had a really tumultuous couple of years. They've been in League Two for a couple of seasons, of course, really facing, a lot of danger of their existence there. So it'll be nice to see Plymouth back in the Championship. I think they do deserve it. Dextino126 welcome to the stream. Bubble Joe, welcome to the stream as well. Lequan Henry is backing Lincoln, which is interesting. Thank you to whoever's just subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate the support, guys. Welcome everyone. I'm really happy to see all of you here. Oh, I need to change the camera angle. I'm really, really sorry. Jack has requested this since the start. Hang on, guys. Let me just quickly do that. Game settings. There you go. That's all. Yeah, just that. That's all we got to do. That should be good. There we go. Dextina126 is saying Sunderland, Wycombe, and Plymouth. Okay, so he's agreeing with two of my picks. Rotherham, yeah, is interesting, but I think for me, Rotherham, I think, have the best squad, so I think they'll eventually go up. I personally think because Rotherham have been yo-yoing for so long now, it's almost kind of built in their tradition that they will get promoted. So for me, I actually have probably more confidence in Rotherham going up than I would say for likes of Wycombe or Sunderland, to be honest. Barnsley don't have a manager, though. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, I wouldn't expect them to have a manager yet, but right now, if I were to say who I think they could get in, I think Hannes Wolf was one and Alex Neil was another. So I think it'll be between those two. Mick McCarthy will be an interesting one as well. So I'll say hi. And Coventry have got the goal. This is matching my score prediction at the moment. It's Callum O'Hare with the goal for Coventry. Now I'm a bit worried because when FIFA agrees with my predictions, it tends to be wrong. So, oh dear. I'm not too confident now because I predicted 1-0 Coventry in this game. Blue Terrier says Sheffield Wednesday are awful. I definitely think compared to their other two teams that they went down with them, they've not thrived. What has been my biggest disappointment is that actually at the start of the season, their defense was so OP, but now they concede very silly goals and they've really struggled to manage the game. I think, it's an equaliser for Swansea, right? FIFA's not agreeing with my prediction. I feel a little bit better now. If I'm right saying, who did they play last week? They were 2-0 up against one team last week, and then they conceded two. It may have been Wimbledon. I can't quite remember who they played last week, but I think it was an away game. They were 2-0 up, and then they conceded 2 goals, and it was 2-2. So, Sheffield Wednesday, it makes me sad seeing that, because Sheffield Wednesday, I think, are a great club, but I don't think they will be going up. Wycombe are yo-yos, so I'm not really surprised if they go up. Yeah, Wycombe could go up. Rotherham, Sunderland, and Bolton say NFFCO. And that is interesting because Bolton's form has quite deteriorated a little bit. There's some pressure being put on Ian Evatt now. Yeah, bold. I completely agree. I worry more for Charlton, says OTR Place. Yeah, what has happened to Charlton this season? I think it was offside anyway. I think it was offside, so it wouldn't have counted if it went in anyway. Yeah, Charlton have completely fallen apart. But what I will say, since their new manager, they've actually improved their form. I think Crewe will be going down. Oh, yeah, restart different teams. So I thought I did this wrong suddenly. Right, Next game, that's our third game now. We've got Luton and Middlesbrough next. I will read comments, guys. I'm just multitasking at the moment. Gonna need a away kit there. 4 minutes, yep. So Jack's saying Crewe, Oxford and Accrington. Is that teams to go up? I mean, I hate to break it to you, Jack, but Crewe, Alexandra are sitting bottom place of League One at the moment. Copycat. I uploaded a FIFA predictions last night. Well, who did this first? That's all I'm going to say. Well, there's a lot coming from me saying that. What I will say, guys, I want to try a different format for my score predictions videos. I've been planning it, but unfortunately, just due to time constraints, I've not been able to do it, and I've had to keep it simple and do it like I originally would. But if I can upload my stream for my weekend FIFA's predictions early, I'll be able to put it off. Sheffield Wednesday have a lot of history. Yeah, definitely being a Sheffield club. Who's coming down from the Prem? Good question. For me, Norwich are dead set going down. I think Watford will eventually join them. And the third team is a real conflict between Burnley and Leeds for me. Newcastle, I know, are absolutely atrocious right now, and that is proven from when I saw Chelsea play against them last weekend. But I think eventually, once they pump the money in, I think they'll find a way out of it. That's probably because he didn't predict Leeds to go down. Oh, good strikers, a good save. I think Doncaster, Crewe, Shrewsbury, and Wimbledon, I think, will go down. Okay, OTR players. That's an interesting position. I'm going to go for Crewe. I'm going to go for Shrewsbury as well. I'll also go for... This might break people's hearts, but I'm actually going to go Morecambe as well. I think they're falling apart a bit now. And I'm also going to go for Doncaster. I think it'll be those four. I had Reece James in my FPL. We got 21. Yeah, it's reminding me that I need to change my FPL ASAP. But once again, I've just not had the time. If Alex says Leeds go down, I'm unsubscribing. Well, I've not confirmed it. I just say between Leeds and Burnley, it's quite close for the other team. Norwich, Newcastle, Leeds, Newcastle also can't even get the manager with the money they have. Well, that's the thing, but it conflicts me because it's pretty much the same squad they had when they were playing so well at one stage last season, but now they've forgotten how to play. They need... Oh, what a goal! Middlesbrough have taken the lead. It may be Sporov with the goal. It is Sporov with the goal. It's a brilliant strike. It's 1-0 to Middlesbrough. Newcastle get loads of big signings in January. Yeah, completely agree. That's why I'm not predicting to go down. If they don't turn their form around in around February... Excuse me. If they don't turn their form around around February time, that is when I'll start being concerned with Newcastle. I need to see Newcastle play Norwich, basically. I need to see Newcastle play Norwich and see how they do. I know they've played Leeds already. I believe they've played Burnley already. And, yeah, Norwich is literally like the last team I need to see Newcastle play. Adam Forshaw was our best midfielder yesterday, and that says a lot about how much we've fallen. I mean, you know, probably against a team like Norwich, that's probably what you would expect. I mean, is it performance? It has to be performance if you're saying Adam Forshaw was your best midfielder. I'm hearing like Gelhardt, you know, he's a really promising player as well, but he would have been someone you wouldn't go near the squad last season as well. Who do you think will get automatically promoted? I think it'll be Fulham and Bournemouth. I have to say I'm pretty almost at an agreement. They're definitely the two best teams at the moment. Oof, good save. Mitro's a must-have in Gaffer at the moment to set break Tony's record. Yeah, 18 goals in 15 games. Unbelievable. He was the reason why my Gaffer team was somewhat half respectable with points this time. The only issue is because everyone's got him. You know, it's not like a player you can get where you can bargain points because everyone's got him now. Who will go up from League 2? Forest Green for me, for sure. I'm actually going to say Swindon will go up. I actually think Swindon will go up. Interesting for the other two, though. It's difficult. League Two this year, very difficult to call. Um, I might need to actually remind myself of the table. Let me remind myself of the table just so I have a good idea where every team is at the moment. I mean, I know where Colchester is, and don't think that I'm predicting them to go up. There's no way they're going up. There's no way there's going up. Oh, brilliant save. But honestly, there's more chance of me being a famous drag queen than Colchester going up in League Two, and I'm serious. That's a brilliant save. Oh yeah, I forgot Port Vale had a good start to the season. Right, so I'll definitely say Forest Green because they've done well. I will actually say Swindon. I actually think they'll be okay. I'll say Northampton because they yo-yo across the leagues. And for the final one, why not? We'll go for Harrogate, I think. I want to see Harrogate in League One. And I think Sutton and Hartlepool are two other teams that are defying the odds as well. But I think Harrogate will be a good one to see in League One, I think. I think Gail Hart will develop really well if he continues to get enough game time. Yeah, agreed. You know, I definitely think he's got good potential, but the point I'm making is that he wouldn't have gone anywhere near the squad last year. But is it a new direction or is it a drop in form? It could be both. It could both be that. Mitrovic and Spora are both 75 rated on FIFA. Wow. I mean, what I will say, when I saw FIFA's ratings, I think they did Mitrovic dirty. They always do. For me, FIFA doesn't consider... are not considered enough with championship teams. What a goal! Middlesbrough scoring some really good goals here. They're now 2-0 up against Luton Town. This is absolutely amazing. How is Salford doing? Not well, to tell you the truth. I mean, to give you perspective, Salford are even below Colchester in the table. I mean, Colchester are 17th place at the moment. We've picked up 4 wins in 15, but we've lost 6 of those games. I will give Colchester a little bit of credit. We had a really good win against, I believe it was against Harrogate quite recently. And we've actually improved our form quite a bit. We had a really good win, actually. No, our last weekend game was against Scunthorpe, and we really wiped the floor with them, actually. So we've given us a bit of breathing space from the bottom two. In fact, a 5-point gap from the bottom two now, so we can keep calm with that. Salford are only 4 points off the drop. So, yeah, Salford not doing well so far. Have you seen Borough last 6 results? Won 4-2-0 and lost 2-2-0 as well. Yes, and I'm also predicting them a 2-0 as well. But win or lose, you're going to have to find out by seeing my prediction on Ben's video. So I have actually included a 2-0. You know, I've looked into the stats. You know, it was like 18 last season. He obviously would not have played. Well, yeah, I know he's young, but he's you know, even if he just came off the bench, you know, he could have been someone who I think would have been featured more. You know, imagine if Plymouth and Burton go up. It'll be funny to see Burton go back up again. I kind of missed the track. You know, Burton would be a very nostalgic one for me because when I was watching BENHD religiously, Burton was like one of my underdog teams that I wanted to support. You know, it would definitely take me back a couple of years to see Burton go back up. Right, so free kick to Luton in a pretty good position. I think Leighton Orient, Northampton, Harrogate and Swindon would go up, but really want Hartlepool to go up. I mean, what a story this would be if Hartlepool go up, obviously after being recently promoted from the National League. It's not impossible to go up straight from the National League to League One. I think Salford did it. Obviously, Lincoln... Did Lincoln do it? I don't know if they needed 2 seasons. I know Luton needed 2 seasons after getting promoted back up to eventually start progressing. Some teams, you know, can really progress really, really quickly. Harrogate could be another one of these teams. Wigan will win, no doubt, in League One. It's an interesting prediction, but what I will say, Wigan, I think, have been a team a bit under the radar. They made some really good transfers, and actually... what I really like with the change of ownership, they seem to play under identity, but they've got some form of confidence again now. But I really like the signings they brought in. Max Power. They've also got James McLean. They've got great players in that squad. Imagine just Stelling when Hartlepool go up. Oh, yeah. That, honestly, that would be such a really nice ending. Obviously, I think everyone knows the news. Jeff Stelling is leaving Soccer Saturday, which did make me quite upset. But yeah, all good things do come to an end, don't they? So it will be amazing, even if Hartlepool finish in a really good position in League Two, I think it'll be such a great ending. It'll be such a great ending for Jeff. He can. Well, I was going to say retire. He's not going to retire from TV, but he can retire Soccer Saturday, knowing that Hartlepool are playing under pretty safe hands now. Yeah. Oh, he's talking about Wigan there. Big fan of him. Sad that Jed is living at the end of the season. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. You see our messages about Jeff's job. Well, I've not been posted any messages. There's been a good couple of jokes being pulled around with people wanting content creators to take the job. James Alcott's had it. Benjamin Bloom's had it. I've had it a little bit to an extent as well. He can't employ everyone, so it's definitely going to be you'll be definitely the luckiest man in the world if you're given that role. It's a perfect role if you are a football fan. And I think everyone would really want that job as well. Everyone would. Right, next game is Millwall and Reading, by the way. Sunderland might have won the league if they didn't sell White to Wigan. Yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about Charlie White. Yeah, he was Sunderland's top goal scorer, but I think his contract ran down and he couldn't negotiate a new deal, so that's why he's gone down to Wigan. Remember when Burton Albion got promoted 14-15 and the next season in League One, they got promoted again and stayed up in the Championship 16-17. Well, I remember the season where they stayed up in the Championship 16-17. That was really when I feel they really started to. That was when I started watching BENHD. Really, it was around 2015-16 odd area when I started watching his stuff. So I remember it very, very well. Yeah. Have you done Huddersfield? No, not done Huddersfield yet. Huddersfield will be couple of games time. Excuse me, couple of games time when they play against Peterborough. Yeah, another reason why I remember that year was I believe that was the same season when Huddersfield got promoted. That was very that memory's still been inserted in my head as well, because I remember watching that playoff final entirely, being very thoroughly unentertained, but really entertained in terms of what the outcome could be. Give Mark Goldbridge, it's you bloody. That's when a goal comes in. Well, I'm not one with impressions, of course, but when I'm in the mood, I definitely crack into an impression, and the odd voice comes in. How long for Forest? So Nottingham Forest play Sheffield United. In fact, next game will be Nottingham Forest, Leg 1, Henry. So you don't have a long time to wait, actually, which should be good. Micho is on for 49 goals. Okay, I can calculate. So it's 18 goals and 15. So if he increases that rate, we're on 36 for 30. In fact, probably even more. So if you consider 15 games, that is around the 33% mark of the season. So if you do 18 times 3, that is 54. That is stupid. That is absolutely ridiculous. To be on course for 54 goals or something. If he gets 50 goals, then enough said. Where am I in the prediction league? OTR plays. If I remember right, you are in the League 1 league at the moment, but you're definitely not last place in that league. You've done reasonably well for a newer viewer to put their first predictions. I mean, what I will say, when my review video comes out and you start predicting for those games, I have no doubt in my mind if you get a good game week, you'll be out of that league. Because actually, for the first time ever, exclusively, and I'll reveal this, we've had people promoted from League 1 to the Championship, which is basically what I've been looking for this whole time. You predicted Swansea right. Yeah, Charlie, you did. It was just a shame you didn't get too many outcomes, though. Because obviously you may have seen... Oh, what a save. That's a really good save by Bielkowski. Never saw Posh even drawing that game. No, I didn't see Posh winning that game either, to be honest. I mean, I got 3 goals right. I said 3-1, but I should have predicted a clean sheet. Bender in goals, brilliant. Where am I? Lequan, you're a very similar position to OTR plays. I think almost same position, I think. Very, very close. Because I think both of you had a very similar performance in terms of predictions. But it is nice to see actually more people predict these games, and for the fact I've nearly filled the League One table now. You would know the standings if you're on my Discord. So the top link of the description should take you to my Discord server. And if you go to the main chat, you would have seen my most recent post was the updated standings of the prediction league. But you'll also see the prediction leagues in full when I got distracted by something. You'll see them in full when my review video comes out. Yeah, Mitrovic can get injured. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, unless he's a robot and he'll just produce those exact same performances to game week 46, then yeah, but typically we all go through bad spells. And that's not even just football players playing and performing. Everyone goes through, you know, it's impossible to be at your same level throughout the whole thing. That's why, you know, winning is taken so seriously, because it's so difficult to stay consistent for that whole time. No, I'm saying Steve Bender, the goalkeeper for Swansea, Charlie, is really, really good. Hull must be so bad they lost at home to Posh. Well, they equalised, but Peterborough scored 2 brilliant goals. But my point the point I'm making with Peterborough is that that's their only points away from home, and they've come against Hull. Hull have been disappointing. They've just not been able to create enough. Bottom 3 be Barnsley, Hull, and Peterborough at this rate. I still think Derby will go down. I think Derby. I know Derby don't deserve to go down, but based on the circumstances, I think they will go down. I think I could very much see Peterborough surviving. Well, I think Barnsley may survive. I actually think Barnsley will be able to fight back with a new manager. If you remember, when they actually had their brilliant season under Ishmael, they started off with Gerard Struber and were winless when they sacked Struber. So it's not impossible for Barnsley to turn their season around like they did last year. Here's a chance for Millwall, maybe. They're just giving the ball away a bit. Would you say Fulham are turning into a yo-yo club? A little bit, yeah, because obviously in the past, I think it's the past 4 years, or maybe even 5 years now, where they've yo-yoed between the Championship and the Premier League. They need to find a way to not go OTT with signings and stay in the Premier League. But I think what's encouraging is that I do think they've got a manager who can keep them up there. I definitely think Marco Silva, if he gets Fulham back in the Premier League, he's definitely got the CV to keep Fulham up in the Premier League. It's really just down to the squad at this point. Curtis Davies may be Derby's top goal scorer, and in fact, I've got a gripe with Gaffer, because I put Curtis Davies unintentionally my emergency captain. Curtis Davies has only got me 3 points, and he scored a goal. You get 5 points every time a player scores a goal. But right now, one thing I would say about Derby, yeah, they just are lacking goals from the strikers. They're relying too much on defenders from set pieces or midfielders completely striking the ball. Their strikers need confidence. You know, even when I saw them getting Ravel Morrison, I wasn't excited. You know, it doesn't matter what squad you put Ravel Morrison in, but he's just not got the confidence. He only got me 3 as well. Yeah, but I think people who had Curtis Davies deserved more than just 3 points, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, only 3 points. That's such a robbery. How can you only get 3 points? And can I just say, it's also a second half clean sheet as well. How on earth can Curtis Davies only give them 3 points? I don't know. Peterborough aren't good enough for the championship. They're just getting lucky at home. Plus, Clark Harris isn't getting game time. Now, I'm going to be careful with Clark Harris. Clark Harris is actually serving a ban at the moment. I don't know if you remember recently, but he was charged for social media posts. Al Junk, so I almost said Al J Mug, that for like chipmunk or something. Al Junk, sorry, but yeah, he had a what's it like a he's been given a charge on social media based on a post he did when he was younger. So he's been given, I think it was a 6-game ban. So naturally that's why he's not been playing. I guarantee if he didn't have the ban, he would be playing a lot more. But what I will say, I actually think, in a way, they've actually played quite better without Clark Harris in the squad. Because Clark Harris, I think, has only got 1 goal so far this season, which is not really good whatsoever. Right, let's go. Nottingham Forest, Sheffield United should be a really interesting game. Owen's got all the Derby players in the squad. I mean, if he can, Clark Harris is back. Yeah, I would have thought. Clark Harris, yeah, it would make sense, because I thought at this rate, if he wasn't going to be back, it was going to be such a long ban. But yeah, he should be back by now. Not sure they can afford to sack him. Are you talking about... oh, yeah, Grant McCann. The thing is, there's something going on with Hull. There's been some financial thing they've been going through at the moment. And in the next month, they're going to potentially get deducted for it or be punished for it. So right now, Hull are in a quite difficult position. I think people are forgetting that Hull, also Reading, are in pretty difficult positions as well. Derby. The difference is Derby's already been given part of their punishment. What we could see is Reading and also Hull being given a punishment as well. Very different cases, but a punishment as well. That was a good chance by Forest there, but a good save by Olsen. I'm going to the match tomorrow. Hopefully we can win. Yeah, it should be a good game. I think Nottingham Forest, their away fans, for what I know, are actually quite good. The only thing that might let them down is that if they're quite demoralised based on how poor Sheffield United have been this season. But hopefully they should feel an incentive to make some noise, because Nottingham Forest on a good home day are very, very loud people too. Brucey back at Hull would be the manager changer for decade. It would be eye-catching, but you know what? I mean, say what you want about Steve Bruce. I actually think a championship manager-wise, I think he's good. But Premier League, no way is he good enough. No way is he good enough. It would be crazy to see him back at Hull, obviously, with how good he did do at Hull, taking them to the Premier League, and were unlucky to get Hull relegated on the final day of the season too. That would be a mad appointment. I definitely would agree with that, especially for where both these sides were within 12 months ago, 2 leagues apart, of course. We've got a goal. It's for Sheffield United. I missed the build-up to it, but it's Billy Sharp with the goal. No one happened but Coops to get Forest promoted. I think he'll definitely get Forest in a pretty good position, but would I say promotion? It's down to consistency, isn't it? What we've seen is this Forest side, they're very definitely... they're definitely not a team that lie down anymore. They're definitely a team that fight all the way through. And I think if they do that, then Forest will definitely improve their position. Spence was great. Yeah, Spence, I think, made it. Did he make a really good goal-saving tackle at one stage in the second half? I think he or a block, or maybe it was a defensive block that prevented the goal, but it was a brilliant block. And I think the only time Spence was owned was by Albert Adoma in the build-up to Queen's Park Rangers' goal. But apart from that, Spence has been really, really good. If you don't count the Forest QPR game, I had 5 points. I can't remember how many I gave you, to be honest. I think I might not have counted it based on the timing you published it, but at the same time, I do feel quite guilty because also, if you don't know, I did post the game late, which has just been down to very it's just been down to circumstances I couldn't control at work. So naturally, that's why it was late. But obviously, I drove like a mad. I was like Lewis Hamilton getting home over a bloody video. I live near Sheffield, so pretty much everyone at my school supports United. So it'd be great if you got to win. Yeah, I think it's great to see see a local team in a really high level. I'm in a position where I live in Essex, Chelmsford, and our team's in in the National League South. So it's not often that we really see too many of us supporting Chelmsford, although we do keep a good eye on them. But in terms of our main team we support, it's definitely going to be a team from the Premier League and not our own team, which I think is quite a shame. Ooh, a little bit tired. I won't lie, guys. I mean, I'm always tired. I am always tired. Motto of the year: I am always tired. Right, that's the half-time whistle. It is 1-0 to Sheffield United at the moment. Thank you guys for getting me to 816 subscribers. I do appreciate that. If we can continue to share the video, if we could continue to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so, and please also like the video if you haven't done so. All of that really does help. You're a Forest fan in Sheffield. Oh, that's interesting. I live in Derbyshire, but in Nottingham. Fair enough. Bubble Joe says Colchester and Southend best teams in Essex. Yeah, that's a shame because the two worst places to live in Essex are actually the best teams in fact. Now that's actually quite an insult to them because I'm not even including Basildon. Oh man, I'll tell you guys, if any of you go to Essex, I'll know the do's and don'ts with places, to get to places. So how did you get this injury? Oh God! I tell you what, that would have been a conversation and a half if that actually happened when I was driving home. Luckily, I live only 5 minutes away from work, so I would have had to really do something spectacularly bad to crash. But in rush hour, it wasn't great. It really wasn't great. I don't count Ipswich as part of Essex. I won't lie, OTR plays. I count them more of the East Anglican region. Oh, a chance for Forest. It comes off the crossbar. Yeah, Ipswich and Norwich for me, I consider both of them to be East Anglia's, region rather than Essex. Are you saying want me to buy you a house in Basildon? There's no point of buying me a house in Basildon because I'll just be travelling back home to Chelmsford anyway. That it lives too close. If I want to buy a house elsewhere, I would actually buy it where it actually takes a bit of time to drive, either up north or maybe London. But London is so pricey, it's unreal. I can't stop thinking about that doctor conversation. Ipswich is in Suffolk and Norwich is in Norfolk. Yeah. I just put them round. Well, the derby between Ipswich and Norwich, I believe, is the East Anglian derby. So East Anglia region, I guess I put them down. But specifically, yeah, you'll be right. Suffolk will be Ipswich and Norfolk will be Norwich. Obviously, Benjamin Bloom coming from Ipswich. So he doesn't live too far away from me, to be honest. But I say doesn't live too far away. It'll still be around a 45-minute drive or whatever. BENHD on the other hand, that was a drop by Brice Samba, but it looks like he was recovered. When you're doing Colchester career mode number 2, I think sometime this week. I've also got there's so many things I've got to do. I've got work and I've got actual uni work, but also it's just I've got to make sure I do my 800 subscribers special as well. Now, if you saw me on Discord, you would have known that I had a bit of an altercation on someone on Twitter. But I discovered that this guy was mad at me because I had my mic on when I was on GTA. And if you know about GTA, if you have your mic on, everyone can hear it. So everyone was just telling me to shut up, basically. And I'm like, there's a thing called the audio button, which you can use, and you can mute me as well. You can actually mute people, you know, which is very easy to do as well. But it resulted in two of them just completely trying to destroy me. And then I also, well, he destroyed my car, which cost me a lot of money to make. But then unintentionally, I shoot an incredible shot out my homing launcher. I not only kill him, but I destroy his car as well. And then this got into some civil war. And I actually have tried to upload the video, but it actually won't recognize on my computer for some weird reason. So what I have to do now is that I basically got to do another video, basically. So that video has got to have to be abandoned. But the screenshots I had with the idiot on Twitter are always going to be there. Right, so hang on a minute. What's the next game? Next game is Peterborough against Huddersfield Town. That is the next game to go. Right, yeah, we'll do these kids. I have to go for my team. Bye, everyone. Right, see you, Dextina. Thank you for turning up to the stream. What are you doing as work in university? Great question, Bubble Joe. I am training. Well, I say training. I am studying to be an accountant because I'm studying accounting and finance. Should have invited me, Ivan Mark to Oppressor. Well, you know, knowing a friend who has jets, lasers, oppressors, I know how good they are. But in the end of it, I held my own. But in the end of it, I decided to escape to the casino because they can't attack me there. And then, obviously, I found the messages on Twitter. And then, obviously, I said what I needed to say. And he can't speak to me now. So, too bad. Seems a bit stupid. Yeah, it is. It's so unnecessary, to be honest. But you know what? I really couldn't care. There's more, as I said in the beginning of the stream, there's bigger things to actually give a damn about. And if I'm really going to let one kid get in my way, then nah. You know, honestly, you know, I would have imagined, you know, if I were to get a hateful message, I would just be shaking, thinking about what to say. With this kid, I felt so unintimidated by it, so I literally just blurted out a couple of words, and then just like that, never heard from him. Nice, you can get yeah, and that's honestly, and I got to be honest, that's literally why I'm doing it. But regardless, but what's important about this year, if I get a really good class degree, then what would happen as a result for that, you know, it would open the door for me to do other career options potentially. It could get me, you know, a load of offers everywhere. Did you hear their voices at all? No. No, did not hear their voices whatsoever. Only heard my own. Do I have the biggest prediction in the channel so far? West Brom 5-0. I've seen some people predict 5-3 before. There was a 5-3 between Huddersfield and Millwall yesterday. I can't remember who predicted it, but it was definitely an eye-catching prediction. In fact, what I've got to do quickly, guys, I've actually got to do the polls for my Let's Alexis awards for this weekend. Look at my reply on BENHD's round of 16 midweek predictions. Have you replied to my comment? Hang on. It's corner now. Wait, you're talking about predictions. I thought you were on about the review. You had 3-2. Oh, it's gone in. I thought he saved it. Huddersfield take the lead. What a clanger. Oh, that's an awful goal to give away on Peterborough's part. Oh my gosh. Let's see this again. Corner comes in. I need to see because the chat was in the way. Oh no, it came off a defender. I thought it actually I thought it went through the keeper's arms. It came off a defender. Well, that's poor on the defender's part then. Oh my goodness me. Awful. Thank you guys for liking my comment. All of you have liked my comment so much that it's actually not popped up with my notification. So thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate it. But also, don't be afraid to share my channel as well on Ben's review video as well. That is really going to help. But thank you guys. I truly appreciate the support. Jordan Us, welcome to the stream. I'm really sorry for not saying hello to you sooner, but welcome to the stream. I ain't been on GTA in ages, PlayStation and Xbox. I mean, I've got a PlayStation, well, 4 technically, but I'm playing it on PlayStation 5 now. Yeah, Jordan, how are you doing here? If you are a new viewer, everyone do give Jordan a warm welcome to the stream. We always make sure we welcome our new viewers to the stream. I definitely need to be on there for Bristol City 2, Barnsley 1. Yeah, definitely. Which team does everyone support? Great question, Jordan asks. Well, Blue Terrier's giving it away because he's celebrating a Tommy Lee's FIFA simulation goal. Everyone can answer. Are Bournemouth better than Brentford? Oh, that's a good question. Are Bournemouth better than Brentford? I think it would be interesting if you said, are Bournemouth better than Norwich? Brentford are going through a tricky phase at the moment, aren't they? They lost really badly to Burnley last week, didn't they? Giving Burnley their first win, and obviously they did they lose out to Leicester in the end? I believe they lost out to Leicester as well, so it's back-to-back defeats for them. But overall, I think if Brentford get a winnable game, especially at home, I think they'll handle it. I think just Brentford are just going through a difficult time at the moment, but I would say Brentford's still a bit better. Jack is saying Roberts in Team of the Week. Is that confirmed, or are you saying he should be? Because if you're saying he should be, in general, I think more Championship players should be in Team of the Week, but it's very rare that we see a couple at the moment. Charlie Brown saying Liam Cooper's better than Tom Lees. Well, I mean, it'll tell you that Charlie Brown supports Leeds, Jordan. Posh conceded 30 goals in 16, could be around 90 at the end. Well, the worst defensive record in the Championship ever went to Rotherham in the 2000, I believe it wasn't 17-18. I think it may be in the 16-17 season. I need to double check the Championship 2016-17 table. But that Rotherham team that was so incredibly bad conceded the most goals, and I need to double check how many goals they conceded. Yeah, they conceded 98 goals, so that's the record at the moment for the most goals conceded in the Championship. 98. I'm going to go controversial and go for Brentford. Okay, fair enough. Do you think Chelsea have got any chance of winning the Premier League title, says Jordan? I think we've got every chance, but I'm not going to get carried away because I always get carried away in these moments. Matt SB, welcome to the stream. It's been a couple of streams, but how have you been? All I've got to say, congratulations on completing that half marathon yesterday, man. I saw on your Instagram. It's really tricky because I've done one half marathon before, and it's absolutely physically straining to do it. So fair play to you, man. I have full respect for that. If anything, I've not actually done a load of running in the past month or so. Actually, especially when lockdown ended, actually I had a really good routine with incorporating running in terms of making YouTube. But right now, priorities have just gone everywhere right now. There's university, and then there's there's university, there's YouTube, of course. And kind of fitness and health has just been put down to the bottom of the list now. So naturally, that's what's happened. But it's good to see from you, man. It was torture. I mean, yeah, I can definitely relay. No, thank you so much, man. I do truly appreciate that. It's going slowly but surely, but it is slowly but surely creeping up. But I really do appreciate that, Matt. I do appreciate it. Is Ivan Toney better than Dominic Solanke, says Brentford Fan TV? It's tricky to compare, really, because Ivan Toney, of course, right now in a Premier League team right now, where obviously he's playing against Premier League defenses. Right now, Dominic Solanke's playing against Championship defenses, and Dominic Solanke's having a terrific season. So, Tony, of course, not scoring as many goals, but has scored a couple of goals for Brentford so far this season. So, difficult to compare. Peterborough just equalised in the 82nd minute. So, after a complete howler to concede the first goal, they score a really good equaliser. Clark Harris, who I have been told should return after his ban following his social media post. He's only scored 1 goal so far this season, Clark Harris, so he definitely needs to get his goal-scoring form back up. OTR Play says, Bournemouth, if Brentford were in a championship, they'd have the same points in the Prem. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, to be fair. My mum's done 2 more marathons. She's done Brighton and Manchester. Brighton, I've heard, is quite a good one to do a marathon for, actually. It's raining 455. Welcome to the stream, mate. He's talking to Matt. Make sure on your next stream, can you shout out and keep up the good work? Oh my goodness me. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I truly do appreciate that. Jordan is saying Chelsea against Malmo tomorrow night and Chelsea Burnley on Saturday. Yeah, that's right. So those final 2 games are Chelsea's games before the international break. Win that game against Burnley, we'll be on 28 points out of a possible 33. That is amazing. Even under Mourinho and Conte, we've not really had that sort of consistency ever. I think actually the only time we've come close to that consistency was actually, weirdly enough, when we had Maurizio Sarri in charge. Because if you remember, Chelsea and in fact Liverpool at the time as well went through this really long winning streak. And obviously the wheels fell off when we played against Spurs, actually. I did a marathon, but now they're known as slick. That's the best comment I've seen so far from you, Charlie. Yeah. But no, but definitely marathons are really tough. They really are tough, man. They, you know, you just basically, it's not even just a physical torture. It's a mental torture as well. You've got to push yourself for such a long period of time. In our routines, really, for daily exercise, you're expected to run a good 20 minutes a day. For marathons, you'll be pushing on for a good couple of hours. So, and that's, that's if you're running continuously, that's not even considering if you've taken breaks and stuff. So, yeah, so I always have respect for anyone who does marathons. They really are intense. We got Super Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, definitely. I mean, what I will say, and he's completely eaten my words here, because at the start of the season, I mean, not at the start of the season, at the start of his appointment, I was pretty much an anti-Thomas Tuchel, like a lot of Chelsea fans were. And I'm not saying it was just me, it was a lot of people. But right now, he's not only proven to be such a tactically diverse manager in terms of tactics, but he's played youth. He really has. And he's found this really good balance, for formations and play time. And I've really been impressed how brave he's been in some games as well, picking certain players as well. I remember where we had a centre-back partnership of Malang Sarr and Trevor Chalobah, which I think is very, very brave. And we still won that game, which is amazing. I think that was against Brentford, actually, if I remember that right. Although, no, that was Christensen and Malang Sarr, actually. But we had Chalobah involved, I think, as well. It was tough. Yeah, definitely. The fridge was the toughest bit, but you conquered through, Charlie. Fair play to you, man. Al Jung says he's from Birmingham, but I support West Brom. Gosh, I wouldn't tell too many people about that. God, I mean, I even remember that game recently. That was a very tough game, actually. I did a half marathon and I couldn't stand up for days. Yeah, I needed a good day to recover from the half marathon. Because I did basically I did a half marathon for charity. If you remember, guys. Oh, what a goal this has been. What a brilliant goal by Derby County. I was about to tell you my marathon story, and Sam Bulldog has actually scored a really good goal. Fair play, man. Okay, so basically, when I ran the marathon, it wasn't like an official marathon, but it was worth a marathon, and I actually had it timed and everything, because if you remember right, do you remember when, when was it? It was earlier this year, where I raised money for, I raised money for quite a few charities, but I think it was money for, it was a cancer charity. So there was some competition involved with this. It was organised by one of my mates who's a No, it was Mind Charity. I remember it now. So he organised a charity. Well, he didn't organise the charity, but he organised a group of friends, with me included, to raise money for Mind, this mental health charity. And what we were going to do is that for 2 weeks, we're just going to run collectively 50 kilometres. That was the plan. But over the first 2 days, because I'm so competitive, I decided to run 10K in the first day. And just like that, we've increased our target to, I think we increased it at the end to 300 kilometers. So what happened was that basically there's this one other guy, which if you, you'll know how competitive he is if you see my six-a-side game, which I'll eventually upload when I get 1,000 subscribers. But he's so ultra competitive that he decided to do a half marathon and a football match on top of his training. So on the Thursday, and I remember this Thursday very, very well, I woke up early, ran to my gym, went there for 2 hours, and then ran the whole way back and did some continuous laps. And I just found out when I was literally running until my phone was about to run out of charge, I actually ran 23 miles, which was quite amazing, which I didn't even realise I could even do. I was absolutely, I felt ill though in the next 2 days though doing that. I'm from Coventry and support Coventry. Yeah, well, that's the logic, really. You know, I've not got too much of a choice, really. You know, I would have to support the best team from Essex, you know, in the EFL, which would have to be Colchester at the moment, since they're the only bloody team from Essex in the EFL at the moment. Yeah, right. You're from Gibraltar. Mind me, Bubble Joe. You support Nottingham Forest. Fair enough. I'm from Northampton. You support Birmingham. Oh, well, I knew that already, actually. When's your next six-a-side? Well, the six-a-side that I need to talk to you guys about is the game that I got the trophy. Do you remember, the guys, when I showed you the trophy? In fact, if anything, I'll quickly bring the trophy right now. I've just got to quickly dash and get it. It's literally only within 2 steps away. If you followed me on Instagram, you would have seen it as well. This trophy here is the game I'm referring to. And the mate I was talking about, who's ultra competitive, is my team captain. And I would have known that losing was not an option with him. You know, he's so ultra competitive, but his competitiveness in the end of it is the reason why we won. Which is the best West Midlands club. Bubble Joe says Leicester. Man, if you're still here, let's do a championship clash of creators. That would be amazing if you know, if people could actually pull that off. To be honest, but gosh, the amount of organisation you would need for that. Did you go trick or treating? Not really. I don't actually, you know, I don't feel the vibe of Halloween. I've got to be honest. Leicester's East Midlands. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought when I read it. You think Villa or Wolves? Good shout, to be honest. I probably would say right now, based on current positions on the table, maybe Wolves, but it's difficult. Aston and Wolves are actually quite close, actually. Honeygun, welcome back to the stream. Wolves, yeah, good. West Brom, yeah, but West Brom are not in the right level in the Championship. Thank you to whoever's just subscribed. We're on 817 subscribers now. In fact, I've got to change his subscriber goal now. Got to change that to 817 now. Best club in Yorkshire. Well, I can't say anything else but Leeds, really, at the moment. I don't believe there's actually another team in Yorkshire in the Premier League. No. Yeah, Leeds are the only team. You know, what was so special when we had Leeds and Sheffield United? It was our first proper Yorkshire derby in the Premier League, I think, for 20 years. Man saying Bradford? You know what? You can safely say Bradford can brag about they are actually a former Premier League club. I'm from Australia and support Shrewsbury. Oh, that's interesting, reigning 455. What do you think of Shrewsbury at the moment? I believe, if I'm right in saying, I mean, I don't watch League One that much, but I do keep a couple of eyes on it. I believe you still got Steve Cottrell in charge, don't you? And Shrewsbury, I think, are in the bottom four. I mean, I might just double check that very, very quickly. But I believe due to recent results, they're in the bottom four. And in fact, I can check right now. And in fact, no, I'm right, 21st place. So what do you think about Shrewsbury at the moment? I'll be interested for you to know. I just went to check if Barnsley had sacked Shop, and I got more news about Derby. Well, you just got to put down Barnsley FC and it'll be the first thing you see. I'm not surprised Shop was sacked, to be honest. If you've only got one win in 15 games, you're going to get sacked. It doesn't matter, even if you're, a good man to the club. 1 win in 15 is atrocious form, especially for a league like the Championship as well, where you've got to really be as consistent as you can. Consistency is ultimately what defines your season. Most consistent teams are in the top 6. The less consistent teams go down. Uh, Best Yorkshire club is York City. I tell you what, I actually remembered when York City were in the EFL. They've been out of the EFL for a good couple of seasons now. Unless we're talking about the Bradford team versus Chelsea. Don't remind me, Charlie. I was hoping you were not going to bring that one up. Take care. Thank you so much, Matt. I really do appreciate that. In terms of content, I've not got too many things planned in the moment based on uni work, but I will still be pumping out as much as I can. But thank you, Matt, so much. I do appreciate the support. If you've not subscribed to Matt, just do so. It wouldn't save you enough time. So thank you, Matt. I truly appreciate the support. Jordan's from California and I support Chelsea. I tell you what, we're getting some people all around the world today. So we've got Gibraltar, we've got California, Australia. That's we're going global here. This is amazing. I didn't think my channel was actually this global, because I actually looked at some analytics last week or something, and it was a good 99% of my views were from British seas and stuff. So this is really refreshing for me, hearing that I'm seeing other people watching my stuff from other places around the world. But good for you for supporting Chelsea. You've picked the right English club, Jordan, definitely. I mean, if you're wondering why I supported Chelsea, I mean, I said that I was going to support the team that who won the Premier League in my first season, and it was Chelsea. And in the end of it, I think it was a great decision. You once lived in Germany. I tell you what, I mean, never lived in Germany, but I have been there a couple of times. Really, really nice, picturesque place, actually. Not doing well, but the same points with 2 or so teams above us. Yeah. I think the thing is with League One, a bit similar with the Championship as well. It's very, very close. It's very intimidating when you are cut adrift from people, but it's also also not quite as scary. Excuse me, I just burped there. Not quite as serious when you've got the same amount of points as some teams above you too. You've got Rotherham next week. Oh, that is going to be a tough game. They'll be full of glee, beating Sunderland 5-1 last weekend. Pulisic, aka Captain America, that's a good choice. I didn't actually consider that. When I heard from you were from America, Pulisic should have been the first player that came to my mind. But yeah, there's not too many Americans who play in the Premier League. I've only just realised that. So it's good for you, that you can have that sort of representative playing a really good team like Chelsea. It's just a shame he's not been featured so much this season, because honestly, his hamstrings are made from cheese strings. They're really not compatible. And Fulham already 6 minutes in have scored. Mitrovic. I mean, who else is going to score? It's of course going to be Mitrovic who has scored the goal. It is brilliant bit of play there. Captain America number 2 is, yeah. I guess other people could say who they think the next Captain America is. Right, I actually might just need to look at something quickly. I mean, my Discord is actually quite busy at the moment. Okay, it's actually my Discord telling me I'm streaming live. What a surprise! It's actually doing its job this time. We can go 1 point behind Leicester by beating them Sunday. That's crazy for me to think about, but yeah, you would be right. Gio Reyna? Yeah, I guess so. I'm sure there's a couple of more Americans who play really, really good stuff. I mean, in fact, actually, I've only just remembered there is another American playing in the Premier League. It's not only just Pulisic. I'm literally I've only just forgotten about Josh Sargent, of course. Bundesliga's got a lot of players from the United States. Well, Josh Sargent was one of those players, and of course he's joined Norwich this season. Pulisic is travelling to Malmo. That is music to my ears. He definitely needs to get a couple of minutes if he's fit enough. But what I will say, I wouldn't give him the whole game. His hamstrings are literally so delicate. that one bad tackle could set him off a couple of months apart. But on his day, you know, at one point he saved Lampard's job. So right now, it's a really it's a frustrating situation with Pulisic, to be honest. But I really do rate him as a person as well. What is your game of the season in the championship, Alex? That's a really good question. My championship game so far. Blimey, that's tough to call. I should be able to think of one straight from my head, but right now it's proving to be quite tricky. Zach Steffen's really good goalkeeper as well. Yeah. I believe is he Man City's number 2 goalkeeper, I believe. I think that's the club he plays for. His legs sound like force as well. Yeah, a load of people get injured for a long time. I'm trying to think of my game of the championship season so far. The 4-1 win for Hull against Preston on the opening day of the season stands out to me. But I'm sure there's a couple that spring to mind. Eventually, it'll come to me. But oh god, there's so many though. That's why it's so difficult to pick. You know, I'm already playing through a load of really big games in my head. You know, the opening game, Bournemouth for West Brom. That was a really good game. You know, it was a really good opening to the championship season. I remember Coventry's last-minute winner against Nottingham Forest. That was an unbelievable game, that. There's been a couple, though, to be honest. Blackpool beating Fulham, whilst that was only by 1-0, that was an incredible result as well. I'm sure there's something that springs to mind. I tell you what, one of them for sure, which will be in my top 5 so far. Do you remember Middlesbrough QPR? It was a midweek game, and what it looked like to be. It looked like it was going to be, well, Middlesbrough took the lead, of course. They had a pretty good start to the season, and then QPR took the lead. Then Middlesbrough got back into this, and then QPR somehow find a late winner. They completely snatch and grab those points. There's been a Coventry Fulham. Yeah, Coventry Fulham's up there. Yeah, for Coventry to win like that, that's definitely right up there. QPR Barnsley is another one. I keep referring to QPR and Barnsley, but it is a game that sticks with me. And who remembers Bournemouth Blackpool? 2-2 in that game. Bournemouth 2-0 up. Blackpool being the only team really to go back from 2 goals behind against this Blackpool team. Peterborough Derby, yeah, that's a good one too. There's so many. There's so many good games. It's impossible. But I tell you what, probably the most shocking one, and I've only just remembered about this one. It's, Jax has this thing about, I'll predict 3-0 for Birmingham, and eventually one day that will happen. But then there was this one time where Birmingham actually scored more than just 3. They didn't only just score 4, but they scored 5. They scored 5 against Luton Birmingham, didn't they? West Brom Luton, yeah, that was good. I think West Brom went 3-0 up and then Luton clawed it back. But I think, I'm not too sure about that one. But it's a good game. Huddersfield 4, Reading 0 is one that I've just remembered too. I mean, not a game remembering for the goals, but for the limbs. West Brom with their last-minute winner against Peterborough, which was a very crucial game for them. And then Sheffield United's first win of the season, 6-2 against Peterborough, was an unbelievable result. I've already talked about Blackpool with their first home win against Fulham as well. I tell you what, another one for limbs, Sheffield United Preston, 2-2. Do you remember that? Yeah, that actually might be my favourite, actually. That actually might be the favourite, because Preston actually really there's so many. It's literally because I was only just thinking. Another really good one was QPR Preston. When QPR were winning, then Preston were winning, and then QPR get a 2-goal comeback. So it might have to be that one, because we saw literally 2-goal comebacks in one game. Luton Coventry was another mad one. 5-0 Luton. Yeah, that's right. Well, that would have been one where we needed to see Matt's reaction for. I could tell Matt was still enraged in what went on in that game. Fulham, yeah, Blackpool 1-0, yeah, I did say that one. Every time Huddersfield get battered is the best. Charlie enjoys it. Yeah, 100th minute winner. Yeah, that's why I definitely suggested Peterborough Derby. No, the fact of the matter is, their equaliser came in the 91st minute, and the winner came in the 100th. What I will say, this will be the game for the season if Derby go down in 22nd and Peterborough survive in 21st. That game for me in match day 2 would be my game for the season if that's the circumstances we have at the end of the season. And that's my opinion. Wow. That was not this season. That was, well, I think you're thinking of Norwich for 7-0 this season. I mean, we were talking about championship results, but if you're going Premier League results, yeah, he definitely meant Norwich there, which is fine. Although, it confused me for a minute because we did beat Aston Villa 7-0 before. I remember that game very, very vividly because that was when Frank Lampard scored, got the record of the highest goal scorer ever for Chelsea. I remember that game very, very vividly. Oh yeah, also Bristol and Forest is also one for limbs too. Gosh, there's so many. There's so many. I can't pick a favourite. I tell you what, I've got an idea for a video now. I might just pick the top 5 games that have produced the best limbs. But the problem with that, it'd be so good if I got video footage from actual, people who've been to the games of those games and actually rate that. But what's the point of me saying that? Maybe I could just say the most dramatic games so far. But at the same time, this league's dramatic in itself. You could pick almost any game. Best Prem score, 1-1, Liverpool, Chelsea, or Everton 5-2 to Watford. That Watford win was very bizarre. I was actually going to say one of the best games I saw this year for the Premier League was Liverpool Man City, and it's proven to be that at the moment. In terms of teams with quality, Liverpool Man City is always the game to watch. Man City had the first half, but Liverpool somehow find a way to get themselves ahead in this game, and then Man City find a way to claw themselves back into this. So, yeah, it was, that game was my favourite game I watched. And also, yeah, Man United 0, Liverpool 5 was also one of my favourites too. Best game I've seen was Villa 5, Forest 5. Was that you seen the actual game live or the game you've actually seen on the TV live before? I mean, that's definitely an incredible result. That was 2017-18, I believe that was. That was when Tammy Abraham was in the Championship. I remember it. Next, I believe, is Blackpool and Stoke. Here we go. I'll use that green kid, actually. Wag Fan, welcome to the stream. I was about to say Wag One there, but it's Wag Fan. Welcome to the stream. If you're a new viewer, everyone do make sure you do give Wag Fan a good welcome to the stream. Liverpool 3, Brentford 3. Yes, that's another really good one. What I will say, we've had some really good games this year. It's definitely, it's safe to say we definitely have had a lot of good games this year. Best goal in the Championship I've seen was Wigan 3, West Brom 2. I'm going to try and remember that game. I probably should. I swear I must have been doing YouTube when they played together. I'll tell you one that's always going to be in my mind. 8-0 between Wigan and Hull. I remember actually editing that video too, and Stoke have scored. Sam Surridge with the goal. Wag Fan, if that's your predictions, if you go to my video after this stream, which will be my Championship review, if you leave your predictions there, I'll enter you into Leicester Football Prediction League. Okay, Wag Fan? Are you on Twitter or Instagram? I am on both. My social media links are in the description down below. It should take you to both of them directly. Definitely should take you to my Twitter. I think I might need to update my Instagram link, actually, now that I've said it. I could kind of visually see Wigan and West Brom now, that 3-2 thing, but I can't remember the goal scorers for the life of me. You know what I'm like with quizzes and stuff like that. Sometimes I do have an incredible memory, and other times I've got the memory of a goldfish. Yeah, and one of the best scores I've seen in the past couple of years was Villa 7, Liverpool 2, definitely. Best game in the Prem is Norwich 3-2 Man City in 2019-20. Yeah, that was a really good game. I really enjoyed that game as well. It was actually a good game of actually really good football there. It's just a shame that Norwich have not really shown that same side to them this season. Your favourite goal was the charitable one against Palace? Yes, that was a really good goal. What would be my favourite? Lukaku's first goal for us sticks to mind for me. Reece James has had a couple of really good goals as well. Chilwell too. Brighton nearly beat Liverpool. Yes, I did see. Well, I would have been happy with a draw anyway because we were beating Newcastle at that time. I remember my brother pacing up and down thinking, this is going to be where we drop points and then Liverpool's going to increase the lead on us. And we were just grateful that Man City were losing to Palace at the time. But then for the fact that Brighton completed that comeback, that was before Chelsea scored their first goal. And when we did, we think that this is going to be a big weekend for us if we can hang on. Alisson scores best goal of a decade for me. Well, maybe for Liverpool fans' sake. I mean, that goal saved Liverpool's season. It saved Liverpool's season. Yours was Salah's against Palace. Was that the individual goal he scored? And we've got an equaliser here. Jerry Yates with the equaliser for Blackpool. Remember when Forest beat Arsenal 4-2 in the EFL Cup? Yes, I do. I do remember it very vividly because I remember ridiculing my Arsenal friend for the hell of it after that as well. And in fact, I think I can remember some of the goal scorers as well. So Forest scored first. I know Ben Brereton was one of the goal scorers. I definitely know for a fact he was one of the goal scorers. I thought I actually was going to remember more, but they've completely blanked. I've completely forgotten now. They had 2 penalties, Forest. I think the goal scorers for Arsenal were Mertesacker and Walcott. Oh, well, it may be Welbeck, actually, but it was either Walcott or Welbeck with the second. Liverpool's second goal against Preston. Yeah, that was a great goal by Origi. I actually watched it in a pub, that game, and we had a lot of Liverpool fans there. And in fact, the only games I've really seen, explode in the pub, really, have been Liverpool games, which is so bizarre. I don't know why in Essex I'm seeing a lot of Liverpool fans there. Ben Brereton was at Forest. Yes, that's right, Charlie Brown. He was at Forest, and I know he definitely scored for Forest against Arsenal. Yeah, basically, I changed my name for Instagram. I can quickly do this now, actually. I can fix that. So I need to change the link, basically, to my Instagram because I've changed my name. I can do that right now. If I actually need to do that to basically all of my videos now because I've been pretty much giving you the wrong link for it. So let me just take you to my profile. Well, just going to get to my profile. I'm not going to show you my profile, of course. And then I'll just change the description very, very quickly with the new link. So this one should work. Just like that, it's saving now. Okay, so if you update the stream now, it should be the description should change to a different link basically. So if you go to Instagram now, you should be able to find it. Darwash Games is predicting 1-1 between Coventry and Swansea. Interesting prediction. And Darwash, welcome back to Lex Alexis. By the way, guys, if you're all predicting your games now, definitely the best way to predict them would be my review video, which will be coming after the stream. And in fact, it's just finished processing now. So I'll start uploading it and I'll schedule it to be public when this stream is done. Okay, guys. So let me just do that quickly. Right. I'm just going to put it onto YouTube and then I'll do all the fancy graphics and edits and all of that when this stream is done. I was in the pub when Liverpool won 5-0. There was Man U fans in Liverpool. Yeah, well, I couldn't imagine the atmosphere there. I remembered where I watched Liverpool play Chelsea in a pub. And the Liverpool fans, they were outraged when Havertz scored the header. And I wanted to jump so much for that goal. It was pretty much, I think if I'm right saying, it was actually the first goal Liverpool conceded all season. So I really was so hyped about it. So But unfortunately, following that, you know, I kept quiet. And then obviously when Reece James got sent off, you know, Liverpool fans were so noisy there. Yeah, it was interesting, but I just kept quiet, you know, because I didn't want to get into trouble. Best League One games I can remember were 5-4 between Coventry and Sunderland and 4-4 between Peterborough and Southampton. Blimey, those are some really dramatic games. Peterborough, Coventry 5, Sunderland 4 should be quite a recent game then. Man, that's a crazy result. Is Brereton more Chilean or is Cash more Polish? I would say Brereton's more Chilean, I would say. I assume that's what you meant to say there. So I'm not great at spellings either. Thank you guys for watching the stream. 10 of you watching and 24 likes. Thank you guys so much. Best ever Premier League game was Man United 8, Arsenal 2. I remember the result of this game. I actually didn't watch it. I was in the Côte d'Azur in France on a holiday when this result came round. And that was back in the days where I actually had to go to Google or go on my phone to, you know, find out, you know, Premier League results and all of that. But that was crazy. I would have been 10 years old. Yeah, in fact, I was pretty much about to turn 11 years old with that result. So, yeah, that was a crazy game, though. This was when Man United were considered a fearsome side. Nowadays, yeah. Right. Thank you guys for putting us to 870 subscribers. I do appreciate that. I need to actually change the subscriber goal now. Oh, what a goal! What a brilliant strike! What a goal that is! Stephen Fletcher! What can I say? What a brilliant goal! I did not expect to see that in the stream today. Blackpool do well to get back into this. But what a strike! Just inside the D. Fair play. Right. Need to change the subscriber goal before I forget. The only annoying part of it is I've got to redo the whole thing again. And knowing these days, I'm going to misspell subscriber, or even more embarrassingly, I'll misspell goal. Oh, wait, no, change that. Someone's just subscribed. We're now on 818. Thank you so much, whoever's just subscribed to the channel. I think you're just trying to sabotage me now as I'm changing the subscriber goal. Thank you guys so much, by the way. I do appreciate that. Yeah, what a belter indeed. Yeah, that was a really good goal. A proper goal. Didn't Cash play for Forest a few years ago? He said on the radio only found out he played for Villa in March. Yes, he played for Forest. I think he had at least 3 seasons. I think he played for Forest. And he definitely, for me, was one of my favourite fullbacks in the Championship. Oh my gosh, the limbs! Josh Bowler with the equaliser for Blackpool, making it 2-2. This has a very, well, it's not quite the same type of goals, but a very similar vibe to Sheffield United 2, Preston 2. Wow. What a game this has been. Brilliant goal. I don't think... I can't even remember. Bursick in goal could have done anything about that. I briefly forgot Stoke's goalkeeper for a minute. Although, having said that, it's been Adam Davies, actually, who's been their goalkeeper, actually. He played with us like 5 years and also... Yeah, that's what I thought, because I don't think Matt Cash actually had a previous club. So I remember him being an academy player. Yeah, 5 years. That makes a lot more sense. So if you can hear anything in the background, my youngest brother is practicing the French horn. It's what happens when you've got a musical family in this house. In fact, if anything, I might try and shut my door if it gets a bit noisy. What's the next game? It's Bournemouth. If I've got to go this way. It's Bournemouth going up against Preston North End. Goodness me. Just... How loud does he have to be? Right, hang on, guys. I'm going to shut my door. In fact, actually, I'll wait till kickoff starts and then I'll shut the door. Goodness me. I mean, I actually thought I shut the door. Hang on a minute. Oh, this is bad. I've actually already shut my door, and this is the noise we're getting. Well, that's down to him. He's not shut the practice door. So if you hear horn playing in the background, that's my youngest brother, because he can't shut a door. Soundproof rules, if only right now. Leaders versus BENHD's Preston. Yeah, definitely. This is a very juicy game indeed. He went on loan 50-16 to Dagenham and Redbridge. That does sound about right there. Wagfan says, go Blackpool. Are you a Blackpool supporter then, Wagfan? If so, that's really interesting. Bournemouth all the way, says OTR plays. Liverpool do 674, says Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 7. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about that game. But yeah, quite true. That was last year. Liverpool, in fact, I think it was near the end of the season where Liverpool were just literally blowing everyone away at this stage. And they've carried that on into this season, of course. In fact, well, I say that. Well, no, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it probably was still when Roy Hodgson was in charge. I do seem to remember that. If Bournemouth lose on FIFA, then it's a lie. Well, I don't think FIFA has gotten Bournemouth to lose much on FIFA, although having said that, they did predict Reading to win 2-0. So that was a little bit wrong there. Yeah, but yeah, this one should be a good game. And in fact, who remembers this game last year? Who remembers Bournemouth versus Preston last year? That was when we had our... Oh, who scored that? Who scored on the halfway line? I can't remember. Oh my gosh, I remember it, but then I don't. I'm going to have to check myself because it's going to drive me crazy because it was one of my favourite goals from last year. Liverpool 2-1 West Brom. Yeah, that was definitely one of the more common games I've seen people saying that's been the best game of the Premier League last season. It broke my heart as a Chelsea fan. It denied us getting third place in the table. And in fact, I spoke about this when I reviewed my Premier League table predictions, that had Alisson not scored that, then my top four would have been spot on. But generally, that's what happens. That is what happens, unfortunately. Right. I'm going to have to go on whoscored.com, I think, because this is going to be driving me crazy if I don't know who scored from the halfway line from Preston last year against Bournemouth. Basically, Preston won by 4-2 against Preston at the Vitality Stadium last year. And as they say that, Bournemouth has scored here. I mean, I believe that's Jaden Anthony with the goal. So, no, it was 3-2, sorry. I don't know why I said 4-2. It was 3-2. Preston beat Bournemouth by last year. That may have been Barkusen. I think that was Barkusen who scored from the halfway line, actually. Yeah, that sounds like a Barkusen thing to do, to be honest. Which, I mean, if you're going to bring up BENHD, one thing I'm a bit disappointed is that we've not seen more of his vlogs to the away games, which I actually was really enjoying part of the series. Chelsea isn't far from Essex and West Ham. Yeah, I mean, the big reason why I really supported Chelsea really was that not only did they, win the Premier League when I first watched it, but as a local club, it was almost as good as it got. You had to really support a London club if you were from Essex, if you were to try and get as local as you can. Obviously, Chelsea being from London, I chose them, of course. If Bournemouth lose just one game all season, then that defeat is game of the EFL this season. I mean, honestly, right now it probably would be, because Bournemouth have been unstoppable so far. 37 points out of a possible, I can do maths, out of a possible 45. So that's only 8 points dropped, and that's the second goal for Bournemouth. It looks like it's going to be quite one-sided here. Dominic Solanke with the goal, 2-0. Yeah, that's right. It was 3-2 in Vitality and 2-2 in Deepdale. If I know, was it? I thought it was 1-1 at Deepdale. Maybe it was 2-2. It was definitely 3-2 away. I thought it was 1-1 at Deepdale, but I could be wrong. I definitely remember them drawing, but I thought it may have been potentially a 1-1 draw, but you could be right that it was 2-2. I'm going to check now. No, it was 1-1 actually. It was 1-1. I remember it because there was one goal was a complete howler. I actually think Bournemouth took the lead. Bournemouth made a howler and Preston equalised. Yeah, it was 1-1. OTL Play says he has to go now. Oh, that's a shame. I really enjoyed the comedy, man. Thank you for turning up to the stream. If you want to predict the midweek games, look at my review video, which will be posted straight after this live stream. So there's a lot of me being posted on this channel today. And yeah, if you see this video, well, see the review video at least. And if you post your predictions there, your comments will be and predictions will be entered in the prediction league. Just like that. If Preston scores, it matches your prediction this one. Ah, okay. So Aljunk, you're predicting 2-1. I've gone for a similar prediction, but not quite 2-1. But very similar, I would. In fact, yeah, similar? Yeah, similar-ish. It does have 3 goals involved. Before I go, best 0-0 game of the season. Oh, that's a good question. Best 0-0 game of the season. I'm going to look at all the 0-0 draws, and I'll pick which one that was actually more entertaining than it suggests. Maybe there was one that involved Blackburn or something, and they actually had a good amount of quality and they were quite unlucky. I don't know. I need to find out. Let's look at the Championship and let's look at all the 0-0 draws I can find. So the first 0-0 draw we had was... We didn't have any in the first week. Second week, we definitely had, I think, 2 in the second week. Yeah, Birmingham Stoke, it was all right. Swansea Sheffield United, definitely not that. That was an awful game. Swansea Sheffield United. I wasted my time watching that one. None in match 3. Match day 4, we may have had a couple. No, only one. Derby Middlesbrough actually was all right because I think yeah, Middlesbrough hit the bar in that game. But Derby didn't actually test them too much, which I think was the only disappointing part. Luton Sheffield United, that was a bit disappointing. Hull Bournemouth, that was an okay one actually, and Bournemouth have scored their 3rd, and that is my prediction. I predicted 3-0. I think, God, I don't even want to make a guess. Yeah, Jefferson Lerma with the goal. Is it too late to join your prediction league? And if you do fantasy next year, definitely I'll do fantasy next year if I do this again. You could join your prediction league at any time, but what a strike that is by Jefferson Lerma, by the way. I'm looking into the games. I mean, I think so far, maybe Hull Bournemouth were probably the best 0-0 games so far. Bristol City Preston, don't know. Swansea Hull. Nah, yeah, definitely not Swansea Hull. I remember that one. Yeah, not great. West Brom Derby. West Brom Derby, I think, may have been the most entertaining one because I remember West Brom went so close to scoring so many times, but Derby held on, and Derby held on for a heroic point. It actually might be that one. That actually might be the most entertaining. That might actually be the best 0-0 game of the season so far. Swansea Millwall, no, definitely not that. I remember that one. It was not a great game whatsoever. Barnsley Blackburn, that was okay, but not as good as West Brom. Derby, in my opinion, there. Good save, actually, by Mark Travers there. Preston trying to get 1 goal back. I mean, generally, out of those couple, I don't think I'm going to see a better one than West Brom Derby, to be honest. I think that's going to be the one I'll go for as the best 0-0 draw. Peterborough Bournemouth was actually disappointing. I remember that one. Yeah, not that one. Definitely not. I've already made it to match day 11 now. Luton Huddersfield, actually. No, in fact, actually, Luton Huddersfield's up there. Luton Huddersfield's up there with West Brom and Derby because actually both teams came close to scoring. Derby Swansea, no. Nah, I definitely remember that game. It's definitely was not a worthy 0-0. No 0-0s in matchday 12. Huddersfield Birmingham, no. Definitely did not enjoy that game. And oh my goodness me! How's he missed? Was that Emil Reese? How's he missed that 1-on-1? It's easier to score than to miss. Oh, what an awful miss that was. No 0-0s in matchday 14 and then 15. No 0-0s there either. Okay, I'll have to go for West Brom Derby because it was very one-sided. But the fact that Derby got a point, it was a good game, really good game. That would be my best 0-0 draw of the season. Oh, Benjamin Bloom is live in 30 minutes. I might be having dinner at that time, but I'll definitely try and make it. Also, by the way, for new viewers, you might not know this, but I have actually done a collaboration with Benjamin Bloom, but have not done one since the beginning of the year. So if you go to my chat with Benjamin Bloom or search that title, that's basically what I called this video. So basically, if you want to kill an hour of two football fans talking about all sorts, that's the place to go to. It's also a good video if you want to learn a bit more about Benjamin Bloom as well. Right, that's the full-time whistle. Bournemouth 3, Preston 0. You're going to leave the stream after this game. See you next stream. Thank you so much, Al Jung. Also, make sure you can see my videos as well. My review video will be on my channel as soon as this stream ends. So, we've only got 2 games left now. So, penultimate game we've got is Cardiff against QPR. So we're getting there now. Yeah, blue versus black. Yeah, but I guess that could work. Yeah. Oh, is it less than an hour? Oh, wait, hang on. Benjamin Bloom? I thought it was 30 minutes. That's what I was originally told. Let me just double check. It could be my computer completely lying about the time. But no, yeah, 30 minutes time is basically. Favorite championship team, says Bubble Joe. Good question. But I can't really pick because I don't really have a connection with either one of them, which is why I do this, so I don't have any bias. If I have to pick a favourite, I always admire Luton Town, based on the growth they've been on. Coventry is also a team I've enjoyed watching as well. But Fulham probably will be my favourite for the football they play. Header, good defending. Fantasy, Gaffer and Premier League, right, well, what I actually got to do, based on the fact that I probably won't be able to upload on Tuesday, I've actually got to do my fantasy team now. So now will be a good time for me to do it. So in fact, let me just see if I can. Let me see if I can actually. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get rid of this window capture, and I'm going to see if I can capture Gaffer quickly, and I'll see, and we can just discuss together what changes we can make. It looks like it's not there at the moment. Nope. That's not helpful. Stressful to watch. Are you talking about the game most stressful to watch? It's any game involving Chelsea and a good team. I mean, any team involving Chelsea is always tough. Do you think Cardiff could possibly get relegated? I still think they'll survive. I just think they'll have a really bad season, but I think they'll still survive. I don't think they'll finish as low like what Derby did last year, but I think they'll finish around 17th, 16th, maybe. That for me seems quite realistic, but who knows? I've been wrong before. I've been wrong before about certain teams. There it is. Right. Let me see if I can get capture working, and then we can do Gaffer right now, because I actually got to do Gaffer around this time now. Literally all the windows that are open are the the windows I don't want to use. Right, let's try again. Oh, looks like it's working now. Blimey. All right, we'll add that source then. So that's on whoscored.com when I was looking at Bournemouth and Preston. Let's go to Gaffer, just so you can see my team. In fact, very, very quickly, I'm just going to adjust a couple of things. Can I make... Yeah, I can make this a bit bigger. I'm just making sure there's no goals. Right, that was a bit shambolic how I did that, but forgive me. Right, I'm going to put the web camera over there. Where's it gone? The thing's just disappeared. What's happened there? Are you kidding me? It literally just vanished. Oh, that's so annoying. Gaffer was working as well, and now all of a sudden it's disappeared. Can anyone explain? Oh, there we go. It's working now. What the bloody hell? Okay then. Well, my webcam doesn't want to go forward. Basically, that's annoying. But basically, you can hear me, but you can't see me. So, team and people. These are the teams that I've got. So Brereton and Mitrovic playing here. What I'm definitely going to do already is swap Brereton for Mitrovic. Definitely that's got to be an option. Maybe I might even captain Grant, to be honest. Christie, Zamora will stay. QPR, they've got Cardiff. That's interesting. Chair could stay. Swift can also stay as well. Chong got Bristol City, McNair, Barnsley. I tell you what, I might not need to make too many changes, to be honest with you. I really might not need to make too many changes. Well, I might change. Maybe I might try and substitute Tahith Chong. So if I substitute Tahith Chong, I'll get 6.2 million pounds for a midfielder. So, oh my gosh, I'm just looking at the options that I could get for midfield. 6.2. Chris Willett could be one. In fact, he would be a great replacement. But the problem is I already have 3 QPR players. So I can't quite do that. Okay, I've got to do something a bit different here. Jacob Brown is not a bad one. Vrancic for only 6.7. I've got to make sure we're at 6.2 or under, though. John Michael Sarri's not a bad shout, to be honest, for how well he's playing. Sinani for Huddersfield's not bad either. Johnson's only 6.9. Oh, hang on. I might need to... Oh, I thought I was going to have to show you a goal in a minute. But QPR had a good chance, basically, and they missed, basically. So, who should I pick? Who should I pick? So, 6.2 million. How should I use my 6.2 million pounds? Saville I can afford. Johansson's 5.8, but I've got to make sure I use starting players. That's the importance here. Lerma for 6. Right, you know what? He's going to be the one I use. Chong is out. I called him Long there. Oh, can I not pick him? Can I not pick Lerma? Oh, I've already got Tommy Smith. Oh, right, okay. You know what? Smith can go because he's injured. Right, I'm going to put Jefferson Lerma in. And I need another defender now. That's worth 6.6. And in fact, pretty much every defender I can get, actually. Except for Anthony Robinson. I can't quite afford him, but that's fine. I won't get Furlong right now. I'll get maybe Townsend. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Save that. Okay, -4, but I'll take it. I'll take it, honestly. It's going to be a -4, but hopefully that won't be too bad. So, guys, this will be the team I'm going with. Ethan, welcome to the stream. Right, I'm actually going to get rid of window capture now so you can all see me again. Hello, everyone. Chong got injured in training before the Borough game. Don't know when he'll be back. Yeah, that's why I took Chong out, because Chong gave me 0 points. I did imagine he had an injury. So that's why Chong is going. So that's why I've done that. If you guys do want to see, I mean, you'll be able to see like the leaderboards and stuff like that on the Thursday's Gaffer video. Couldn't believe my eyes on Saturday. What do you mean? What game shocked you? I mean, there's a lot of games that shocked you, to be honest. There's a lot of games that shocked everyone. Ooh. Cross comes in. Well headed away. It looks like that's going to be a 0-0 draw this game. What I'll say, guys, thank you so much for the interaction you put to my comments on BENHD's thing. I think it's definitely going to make people look at my things more. And thanks for subscribing to the channel as well. Oh, you're a Stoke fan. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Gosh, how would you process that? That you get 3-0 up, you know, just at the start of the second half, and then in a period of 5 minutes, you lose it. I mean, when you see my review video, which will be out in the next 10 minutes or so, you hear me literally be trying to digest, and figure out how can Stoke throw a lead like that. And if anything, you're fortunate because you won't notice unless you've seen the highlights. But oh, I didn't mean to do that. You won't see this until unless you see the highlights. But Cardiff actually had a goal disallowed for offside. So it could have been 4-3 to Cardiff, which would have been an incredible result for the Championship. But for Stoke, it would have been an outrageous result, a real capitulation. And to capitulate when you're 3 goals up, it's not a great sign, isn't it? Right, so final game to go through this weekend. Well, I say this weekend, this midweek is West Brom and Hull. That's the last game left. West Brom and Hull, there we go. Just how could you even process that? Literally, when you see the video later, to reiterate, it's me literally trying to make sense of what's just happened. And I don't think anyone could really make sense. Just a typical Championship result. Right, I actually need to make the title of the video very quickly. Since my video will be out very, very soon with the stream nearly ending, I've got to actually start doing the title description and all of that. So that is what I'm going to be doing now. I will still be reading comments. In fact, I'll be reading comments on my phone now. So that's how I'm going to be communicating with those. Liverpool 2674 says, I'm a Liverpool fan. Oh, really? I did not know that. I'm only joking, of course. Yeah, but how are you feeling about Liverpool this season? They're looking, I know they dropped points this weekend, but they're looking really good. Honestly, they're the team that are literally frightening me as a Chelsea fan the most. By far. All right. And just doing the title. Oh, that was just about enough. Right, now I'm going to do the description. These are all the things you got to do when you're preparing a video like this. Having a few times maybe take the lead and just fall apart. Yeah, there's other incidences where you actually do a comeback. I remember Huddersfield where you were 1-0 down and you made a really good comeback. But sadly, it's just, if you can't keep a lead and actually lose points from winning positions, you're not in a really good state. Your club's not in a good state of mind if it does that, to be honest. The basics really, to win games is to make sure you don't drop points from winning positions. It's one of the compulsory things you have to work on. And if you can't do that, then, your team's not in a, good situation. Right, I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the camera or focusing. I'm just basically multitasking here. This is a description. So if you don't know, likewise with Ben, I do timestamps because people want to see certain games. So I'm just doing that very, very quickly. I have to look back at my video for that. I'll tell you what game really shocked me this weekend, actually, was Fulham West Brom. I didn't imagine it would be this one-sided. You wouldn't say it looked one-sided, but in chances, but in goals. But that it was so one-sided. That's quite amazing. Right, in fact, actually, you need to change the caption here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, by the way. In terms of average viewers, I think this is the best I've ever done for quite a while, to be honest. So I appreciate the support that all of you give me. It really, really is appreciative. Especially for how last minute the timing was on the stream as well. Monday is always a very stressful day for me. So it really, really helps the support. And, it's not me, when I tell you to like, subscribe and all that, it's not just me trying to promise you things. I mean, it kind of is as well. But at the same time, it's also just it's a good token for me to get with the work I have to do on the Monday. But I do appreciate all of your support. First time watching. Oh, thank you so much, man. I know, no problem. I completely appreciate your time. I completely appreciate your time. Right, I've actually got. Have I done this right? Oh, bloody hell! I don't think I've done this right. Oh, come on, Alex, stay alive. I'm trying to write the timestamps, and it's not going as smoothly as I thought. Basically, if my computer had a lot more USB jacks, it'd be so much easier. And in fact, I'd be using a better mic. I have to use my computer mic for this, so the audio may sound completely atrocious. But the fact it's drawn many viewers in, it's just so ironic that the worst quality video is potentially going to be the best successful one I've done. Right, just before half time, we get a goal. That's a very crucial goal. Oh, we've got a bit of lag here, actually. You have no confidence going into Blackpool game there. Ungrateful. And they are 3 wins out of 4. They really, really are. Right, we've got a lot of lag here. Hang on, guys. What I might do very, very quickly is pause the game. Let me just pause it, just so the stream could go back on itself. In fact, no, I mean, I just looked at it and I think the stream... Oh, no, it hasn't. Colin Grant has scored. Reese 376, welcome to the stream. I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up on itself. Yeah, lag spot. Yeah, Jack, you're right. It's basically the frames are just jumping across. I'm just keeping it on the same frame as I can, and hopefully that should calm it down. Right, that should be fine, actually. Right, okay, well, God, my stream is so far behind. I've just seen how behind it is. Well, it's good that you've seen the goal. Yeah, they are in great form, but you know, in the end of it, they are a newly promoted side. Nottingham Forest have proven that they can be beaten. So you just got to have the belief. If you have the belief, then you know you can definitely get handle it. But the thing I worry about Stoke is their away form. Their away form is not as nearly as good as their home form. So they need to turn something around away from home. Their only away win this season so far has been against, I believe, against Swansea near the start of the season. I remember it was 3-1. So Stoke definitely need to improve on that, but I believe they can. Oh, Rexy. Oh, okay. Welcome to the stream. You're a Coventry fan. Okay, so similar, Midlands-ish area. Fair enough. We've had a lot of good fans, and we're up to 890 subscribers. What's going on today? We've gained 4 subs on this stream. Maybe I need to stream more. This seems to be the way I gain subs. Thank you guys so much for this. I truly appreciate that. If you guys are wondering, I mean, newer viewers won't know this potentially, but if I get 1,000 subscribers, you get a collaboration with myself and Mr. Championship BENHD himself. I have been lucky enough to collab with Benjamin Bloom before, early in the year, and potentially it could be ended with me collabing with the second king of Championship content, BENHD. So that's for when this channel may get 1,000 subs, and right now, based on how it's doing, there's a little bit more belief that might happen now, which is amazing. Just having belief in anything is an unbelievable feeling. Right, nearly done with the timestamps. I've not got much time left. I've got less than 5 minutes, let's say. Right, gotta be quick now. This is the time for the final match. Now, gotta get this timing right. So if I'm ignoring comments, guys, I'm just you just subbed Rexy. Thank you so much, Rexy, for subscribing. I really do appreciate that. I do appreciate every time people support the channel. I truly appreciate it. Right, nearly done. Basically, what I'm doing, guys, is a follow-up video from this stream. So straight after this stream has ended, which will be in the next 5 minutes, you're going to see my review video for match day 15 of the championship. So it doesn't end there. We've got a lot of content to cover. Okay. Now I've got to type the games for midweek now. Oh, come on, I've got to get this right. I need to take Fulham on my team bench because he got a red. Yeah, he did get a red. Yeah, so I definitely would take him out the team. You don't necessarily need to take him out the bench, but definitely take him out of the starting team. I've not even added a description there. Jeez, okay. Hang on a minute. All right, this one's going to have what I need. Yeah, right. Then I've got to try and remember all the games. So Birmingham versus Bristol City. In fact, I can just look at my thumbnail and put it all down. Just doing that quickly. I'm not ignoring. Oh well, I said I was not ignoring you guys, but I've completely ignored. There's a goal. Connor Grant with his second goal of the game. As I'm typing the description to the video coming in the next 2 minutes. Let's see what the goal was like. It was a nice goal. 2-0 West Brom. Looking very, very comfortable now. I've not got a lot of time now. Can I get this video ready before the match ends? This is going to be the challenge. Right now, guys, I think I might get it done. Although having said that, I've not got a lot of time. Here come Hull now. They're going forward now with a load of confidence. Oh, God. I mean, if you looked at the description of the video, you would know how much typing I do. But I don't know how many people even look at descriptions nowadays in the videos, you know, so I could be wasting my time here. But you know what? I care about it being the best of quality that I can. So that's why I've got to make things look quite neat. All right. Then that's the timing of the outro. And then that's the final timestamp. So I should nearly be ready to upload this. I just need to include the boring stuff at the end, the thanks for watching stuff in the end of that. Right. So that's description done. Playlist. Right, playlist there. Tags. There's literally this. It's that complex when you do YouTube. There's so many steps you've got to remember, especially if you want a wide range audience. I mean, it could clearly not work for me, but you know, I might as well try it. Right, tags are done. End screen. Just going to do that quickly. End screen. Graphics done. Next. Right, it's ready to go. Ready to go, and it'll be published straight after this game. West Brom will win 7-0 versus Hull. Please could I upload a bit where you mentioned my channel? Yes, of course. Of course you can. Do a Matt SB collab. We have talked about a Matt SB collab, Rexy. And in fact, Matt SB actually came on the stream just now. Well, I say just now, a good 30 minutes ago. I was featured on this channel before, though. You may, if you went to the playoff final predictions, you would have seen this gorgeous face being involved. But that's the only time I've been on this channel. I've never been like a guest for him, or I've never been doing a live stream with him, or I've never done predictions by the side, or I've not done it via Skype call. You know, I've not done it. I've not had like a separate Lex Alexa's Matt SB video concept channel, you know, or video, whatever. That's not happened yet, but it may happen in the future, you know, because Matt SB is very supportive of this channel, which is amazing. So yeah, hopefully maybe in the future, maybe not this year, but maybe sometime early next year, potentially. Right. So just before 7 o'clock, that's a really good timing, actually. So 7 o'clock, guys, is when you'll see my video published on my channel on my review of match day 15. You also will get the chance to predict match day 16's games, and you'll have the chance to be on the Let's Select Football Prediction League for that. So, I think now I have to wrap it up for the end of the stream, guys, unfortunately. I've really enjoyed the stream today. Thank you guys so much for liking the stream. What did we get to in the end? 27 likes. That's amazing. So, brilliant support, guys. Thank you guys so much for this. Please also hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. And please do share the channel if you can. Let's just read some final comments. I was just getting home from my ankle injury 30 minutes ago. I had to go to hospital. Oh no, how'd you break your ankle? I mean, broken ankles are not great. You know, people, you know, feel like they die with a twisted ankle or a sprained ankle, but a broken ankle, my grandmother had that and she was in absolute agony for a long time for that. yeah, so just like that, the stream has ended. Thank you guys for the support. Please continue to share this video and this channel to as many people as you can. That really helps us how we're going to grow as a channel. I think it has worked today. So thank you guys so much for this. You guys are legendary until the end of this video. And as always, I'll see you guys literally in the next minute or so with my review video. So 7 o'clock, remember, I'll be right there.